Welcome back to Winging It Buffalo Style. Of course, the only way to celebrate a holiday is to cheers with a couple of friends, so we're glad to welcome two of our very old and very favorite friends back into the studio.
That's right. The only other way, I think, is to wear sequins, which is what we're doing right now, except for Kelly. But of course, we have Allie Hartwick, former Winging It producer and CW star here at the station, and we also have our wine enthusiast, Kelly Ashford. So great to, like we said, welcome good friends back into the studio. And today we're talking about both of your favorite subjects, which is, of course, wine.
The only subject.
And we're talking about
pretty much the only reason Allie and I are friends.
Hey, it's a great way to form a bond with somebody. And we're talking about the healthiness of wine and things that you should know about the wine that you're drinking. So tell us what we're talking about.
Kelly actually picked out some really great winter white wines for us to talk about today. And she's going to tell you all about the taste profiles, what you can expect from them. And we've got information for the first time ever on the health properties of wines, including calories, sugar, if you're going to find pesticides, preservatives. It's pretty interesting. So I'm going to let you go and tell the fun stuff first.
Yeah. So I think what we're starting with is a Cava, right?
Yes.
So Cava is a Spanish sparkling wine. So it's a really good alternative, especially this time of year. If you're looking at having some bubbly, Cava is usually very inexpensive, goes with lots of different foods. I mean, anything that has sparkle in it is going to be really, really food friendly. But it's also good on its own, and it's very good in the morning.
It is.
So,
well, it's the morning right now, so that works for us.
All right.
So you can go on this new website, Allie, and it will tell you all the things that you were just saying, all of these health properties of the wine that you're drinking.
Exactly. So this Cava, you may want to try it because it's delicious. It pairs well with everything. It's priced well. But we have information now on beveragegrades.com, a brand new website, about the health properties, including calories, which is 136 for this particular glass of Cava.
Okay.
That's based on a 6.4 ounce glass, which is just a quarter of a bottle, your average serving size. They're 2.7 grams of sugar, which is a lot lower than most Christmas cookies, holiday treats, things like that. So you're not going to be breaking the sugar bank, so to speak. It only has 2.7 grams of carbohydrates as well. And something really great about this is it ranked really high on our pure grade category, which means that it's fairly free of sulfites, preservatives, things that you may not think you're finding in your wine glass, but sometimes you do.
So why don't we move on to the next one, because I know that you have two more that you want to talk about before we actually, cheers all together.
Oh, I've been drinking already.
She's like, what? We have to do more?
Well, you're the official taste tester, so it's you have to.
All right, what's the next one we're talking about?
So I think the next one we're talking about is the Paris Balto, which is another Spanish white wine. It's super dry. It's actually very similar. It's kind of like still Cava. So if you had a Cava that you allowed to go flat, it would taste very similar. It's another super good food wine, really inexpensive. Spanish wines are a really, really good go-to if you want quality wines without spending a lot of money. So red or white or sparkling, it's a really good category to keep in the back of your head.
So what are we going to know about this wine that we won't find out on the back of the bottle?
So this wine actually has 0.3 grams of sugar. So it's unbelievably low in sugar, if that's something that you're looking for.
And does it taste sweeter? Can you tell that when you taste it?
It's actually really, really fruit forward. So that's kind of a term that doesn't indicate sweetness, but it has a lot of fruit to it. So it's got a nice dry, crispness to it, but it's not bitter. So if you think of the lack of sugar content as maybe making it taste bitter or something, it definitely doesn't. It's still got a lot of fruit characteristics
and
to it.
And this one actually, it ranked really well on the summary grade on beveragegrades.com. So its overall properties, the good outweighs the bad, and it's almost 4 stars out of 5, which is an excellent rating.
Okay, and we have one more, right? Because we're doing rule of threes today.
Yes.
On the morning of Christmas, our true loves gave to us
3 glasses of wine.
Lots of wine.
You're welcome.
So the next one we're talking about is Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is, everybody's go-to, especially this time of year. Grab a case of Pinot Grigio. You're going to make everybody pretty happy.
Sure.
It's, again, another really good food wine and very, very neutral, just generally. It's a great bottle of wine, just generally. You're going to please everybody who likes wine and the people who maybe don't like wine so much by serving Pinot Grigio.
We like the Pinot Grigio.
So, we're talking about what's in the wine, so why don't you break it down for us, but also kind of tell us how we even find out this information, because that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, so you mentioned before looking on the label. The only thing you're going to find out on the label of a bottle of wine is where it's made, maybe what grapes are in it, and the alcohol percentage. So if you want to know things like how many calories are in your wine, how many sugars are in that, you need another resource that's not out there. until now, you've got beveragegrades.com, and we use FDA similar instruments to them to determine all of these things. We also use similar instruments to the EPA to determine things like the presence of lead and arsenic in wine, which surprisingly shows up in a couple bottles. Not this one, though. This one actually has a really high healthy grade rating, and the healthy grade, or healthy pour, I'm sorry, measures all of the negative things like contaminants, lead and arsenic, preservatives, sulfites, against things that are good for you, like antioxidants, which we also test for and have found, a decent amount of in this wine. So you can go on Beverage Grades, search the names of all these wines, search the names of wines that maybe you like if you're not going to take our suggestions, and find something that's just what you're looking for, whether that's low sugar, low pesticide, low sulfite. You can finally get that information and not just make a wild guess in the liquor store.
And a lot of people look at labels, they're educated consumers when it comes to food. Now we can finally start to be educated consumers when it comes to beverage that we choose to drink.
Exactly. And I mean, we're here to educate.
Thank you, friends.
Yes, we're here to educate.
Thank you so
yes.
much for coming and educating us on this Christmas morning. Cheers
All right,
to both
cheers.
of you. And
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We wish you the best in the new year. Right now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back,